Hello, welcome back to Blame the Dice Wargaming. My name's Tim. Tonight we've got another Star Wars Legion battle report for you. Tonight I'm playing a good friend of mine, Matt, who is playing the Empire. I'm playing the Rebels. We are playing a really thematic Battle of Scarif lists, the pair of us are, and we're playing it in some of my homemade terrain, which we tried to have looking as realistic as Scarif did. It was a really, really good game. Just want to call out from the start, I misdeploy K2SO. It's just something that becomes obvious straight away, but at the time I completely forgot about the word detachment, and I just want to make it that clear now, just because that would change the way the game flows. Anyway, do enjoy it, do watch the game. It was a great game, it got really close, and some interesting tactics were deployed throughout. Stick around and see what I mean. Today we're playing the Battle of Scarif. This is what we're playing at. We'll have a close look at the terrain now and just talk through what it's going to be. We've got some light scatter terrain in the form of barricades here, here, and here. This scatter terrain will be heavy, as will that and that. We're playing the U-Wing as heavy cover, however, it's only got a very relatively small sphere of influence, as you may call it, so realistically it's only going to provide cover in, say, this zone. Our watchtower will of course be heavy cover, as will be the bunker with its cargo container on the back of it. Everything else is mostly light cover, so the jungles are all light cover, but will cause they'll be classed as difficult terrain. Oh, the fuel storage cells are supposed to be heavy cover, forgot about those. This will be light cover also, and that is the exception to prove the rule, because that is light cover but impassable, and that covers off all our terrain. And this is my list. I am running Jyn Erso. She is running aggressive tactics, situational awareness, and the pistol config. I am running Cassian. He's running endurance, offensive push, and the pistol config also. We've got K2SO, who is running comms relay and Jyn's blaster. We've got 3 squads of troopers, all running with the rebel officer and the DLT-20A, which will give them a bit more range than usual. 2 squads of pathfinders, just to point out. Biston is there because he's a pretty model, he's not on the table. But POW, on the other hand, is. So 1 squad's running POW, and then in both cases they've got the config weapon, they've got endurance and ascension cables. And then lastly, we've got a single squad of snipers with recon intel and their sniper rifle. And if I remember correctly, that's 795. So that'll make me the blue player. And over here, Matt will be running Iden with her Seeker droid. She's running Iden with the pistol loadout. We've not quite got rid of the sniper one, but this will be the 1 to 3 config. Duck and cover, situational awareness, recon intel. She's running Krennic with Esteemed Leader and Strict Orders. We've got the Shore Troopers running with an additional Shore Trooper, the T-21B, Recon Intel. We've got your Imperial Desert Troopers, or Snow Troopers, who are running Flamer. So this is our deck, this is what we're playing with. Along the top, we've got Bombing Run, Recover the Supplies, and Payload. For our deployment, we have Hemmed In, Danger Close, and Major Offensive. And down here we have, for our conditions, War Weary, Supply Drop, and Fortified Positions. And Rebels, I was less points, Matt was 799. So I'm going to start off by eliminating Bombing Run. And Matt's going to eliminate War Weary. As a Rebels player, I need all the heavy cover I can get, so I'm going to eliminate Supply Drop, leaving us forced to play Fortified Positions. Matt chose to pass, so that means that we are going to be playing Recover the Supplies. We're going to be playing Hemmed in Fortified Positions. So as we're playing Recover the Supplies, the first things we've done is place the green token in the middle of the table. I am the blue player, so I'm going to place my first one in accordance with the rules. So it's outside of range 1 of deployments and outside of range 1 of any other tokens. It absolutely is. I'm going to place this one over here. Whilst it's a little bit exposed to Matt's deployment zone, I'm hoping to make it harder for him to place things. That's what I'm going for. So Matt's placed his right on the far edge of the table, behind some heavy terrain, looking good.
I'm playing with centering cables and some of mine, so whilst I am telegraphing what I'm planning to do, but essentially I'm going to put it on top of my U-wing, and as long as I can do it, I'm hoping that, yeah, we should be fine to get it there. I'm hoping that essentially this way I'll get to get some use out of them, and it could be a bit more fun this way too. And Matt has placed his next one right there, so he has got a perfectly good flanking position on me. Okay, so we are playing fortified positions, so I'm going to place my first barricade, and I'm going to be super cheesy. I'm going to place it up here. Then it's over to Matt to do the same thing for his.
I'm going to place my first barricade here.
Cheese. Fine, you do that. You do you, Matt. I'm going to place my next one. I think I need to worry about attacking lanes over here, so I'm going to place mine over yonder ways to give me a bit more cover.
My second one's going to be over.
Okay, we had a bit of a camera issue there, but we're back and rolling.
So I'm going to place my next barricade here, in accordance with the way I like to play things.
Oh, you cheesy boy. Right then, so how shall I play? I will then give myself a bit more cover and go over here. And then I'm all done, and it's just a Matt now.
And my last barricade is going to go over here, mainly because I don't like things set up over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, we're going to go do our deployment now, and then we'll come back and show you what we've done. Okay, so this is my deployment. I have gone quite aggressive with this. I'll just talk about my troops first of all. We've got 1, and 2, and 3 troops over here. I've put K2SO kind of out in the middle, but he should be fine. Jin infiltrated forward slightly just to get behind some heavy cover and to support some troops. My paths dropped right on top of the U-wing, but they were curtailed slightly by Iden being over there, but we'll come back to her in a second, so they couldn't land on the box. And my snipers deployed up here and used Scout 3 because they've got the keep, whatever the card's called, it escapes me, recon intel. My other paths deployed right on top of the box. And lastly over here, we've got, let me get down here, we've got Cassian hiding under the palm leaf right on top of the red box, but yeah, that happened. So let's see what happens there. And here we've got Matt's side of the table. We've already seen his recon intel to get his flamer frags snow troopers in range of Cassian, so he might not be long for this world. Got short troopers who are behind the line of sight blocking terrain. Just should we forget, because we discovered you actually can see through it, and I didn't realise that, but that is line of sight blocking for the purpose of the game. We checked the rules and they could put him up there, so they have done, so that mortar launcher has got a view over the entire table. We've got 1 squad of scout troopers up there with a sniper rifle. We've got another up here in the tower with another fantastic sniper lane, so they are going to be kings of the castle. And then we've got Krennic, we've got 1 and 2 squads of death troopers. And then hiding around the corner, we've got Iden, who's landed on one of their objective tokens and will probably be causing some absolute chaos before we know it. And that is deployment. This is turn 1 command hand. On the left we've got the Imperials, on the right we've got the Rebels. We'll draw now. Okay, so we've gone with a 1 pip, which is Voracious Ambition versus the 2 pip. And Voracious Ambition, at the start of the activation phase, place 3 random order tokens in your order pool face down. You may look at these at any other time. Okay, so Matt's got some incredible activation control, and I've got 1 last stand, which is for Cassian and 1 trooper. And when Cassian issues an order to a commander unit or an operative, that gains Indomitable and gains 1 aim, 1 dodge, 1 suppression token, blah blah blah. And that's what we're going to do. Orson Krennic's been issued his order at the back there. He used Entourage to pass it onto there. Matt has formed a pool of 3 tokens on Krennic's card. He tells me that's exactly what he wanted to come out of them, so he's done well there. And my paths have got a token, and Operative Cassian, under the palm leaf, you can't see him, is there with a dodge token. And Matt's got priority, so we'll pass over to him to go. So Matt, being the Prince of Cheese, has issued his first order that he pulled from his little stack from a Krennic, and given it to his snow troopers. They have speed 1 moved forward, so they're now going to shoot at Cassian underneath the palm leaf. And he tells me when he's done shooting at him, he's then going to claim. So I don't even get to claim that box. So are we ready to shoot, Matt?
Yep.
Right, we're ready. Okay, so we've got the grand total of 5 for Cassian to defend against. We'll spend a dodge token straight away to bring that down to 4, and then we'll roll some white dice. Back in a second. And here's the defensive roll. He's got 6 health, so he can't die, thank goodness. Oh, and he dodges 3 out of the 4, which is nothing short of a miracle, and he'll take 1 suppression token and a single health. And to finish off the move, they claim a victory token. Well, they don't claim a victory token, but that's how we're marking it, to say that that's theirs. So, Cassian's scuppered. Great. Now, after Matt's manoeuvre has completely shafted me, I'm going to have to be a bit more silly than I would be. So I'm going to use offensive push and tactical 1, giving me tactical 2 now. So Cassian is going to come over here. He's going to move just a fraction of an inch. So he's now got 2 aim tokens, and now he's going to shoot at the snow troopers with 2 reds and a black, and hopefully we can make marksmanship good. There's 1. I'm going to spend 1 aim token to make that a crit. And I'll spend the other one to make the other one a crit when I can find crits on there. Ready? Ready to go. How are we doing? Oh, goodness, they defended all, but 1 will die on account of Pierce 1. So that's something, I suppose, and that is the end of Cassian's turn. However, because of endurance, he will lose a suppression token. So Matt's going with his Death Troopers, and he's going to start off by moving them forwards.
So my grenade config comes in handy.
Excellent. So it looks like we're about to be blatted with some grenades up here. So after a bit of reshuffling, the Death Troopers moved out there. They're going to shoot across at the Pathfinders with their grenade configs. They're using 4 red dice and the DLT, and we're ready to go. Oh, holy hell. Right, did they convert?
They do convert, so that will go to a hit as well.
Right, and is it a blast weapon? It is. So it means no cover. So we've got 5 to defend. Let's see how we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh Christ, my.
And that is a dead unit.
That's my first squad of paths obliterated because, well, we didn't have any danger sense or duck and cover just yet. So after losing a Pathfinder squad, which wasn't good, I'm going to go with these guys before they die, who are going to claim their objective token, and then they're going to move and finish their turn here. And they finish their turn there with the objective token, but in cowardice, because we're trying to avoid getting destroyed by those guys, which is going to come anytime soon. So Matt is going with Jin. She was one of the tokens in Krennic's Bag of Fun, and she's shooting at my snipers on top of the U-Wing. Luckily, she doesn't have a sharpshooter on this card, but she does have marksman, and because she used quick thinking, has a name token. So let's roll some dice. So what we're looking at there.
So currently.
Okay, the rifle has crit 1, so we got an extra crit out of that. We then spent the aim token to turn a hit into a crit. So we're going to cancel 2 for heavy cover, but leaving 3 to defend. My snipers could die. To keep my snipers on the table, and to keep me with a unit. Okay, so that isn't good. So I only defend 1, that means I take 2. That means these guys are going to die. Matt is dominating me early doors, because you can see both of them. Not good at all. So I pulled from the stack, I got a trooper unit, I've given these guys an aim token, and they're going to shoot at the Death Troopers there with 7 black dice and a white on account of their DLT 20A. Not bad at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll cancel 2 for cover, so only, oh, still alive, we'll re-roll, let's see what we get. Spending our aim token for a crit, so now we'll cancel 2, so it's 3 to defend. And they do what they do, and they live! But they will take a suppression token.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot me mortar unit at these rebel troopers over here, and hopefully suppress them a little bit.
Yeah, certainly will. And this came from Krennic's little stack, so there's no more on Krennic's pile anymore. So let's see what happens. Okay, and what's the damage there?
There is no damage because that does not even convert.
Okay, then. So, thank goodness these guys aren't suppressed, which I really needed that because I've already lost 2 units this turn. Okay, so I pull from the stack. I start off with a Special Forces and I have none left. End up with a trooper. I'm going to go with these guys who are going to move behind the barricade. And then when they're there, they're going to shoot across at the Death Troopers and just try to pile some suppression on them and try to do some damage to them. So they're shooting at the Death Troopers. 7 black dice and a white. Not bad at all. We'll cancel. That's got critical ones. That's a crit, and we'll cancel 2 for heavy cover. So 3 all in all.
You ready?
Yeah, ready to go. They have a below average save, so 2 die, 1 lives. So Matt pulled from the stack, he pulled a Special Forces token, gave it to the snipers up in the sniper nest. They're going to shoot down here at Jin with 2 black dice, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, and name token, I presume.
Yes.
Now, do you want to go crit fishing because she's in heavy cover?
Yes, I will like to, thank you very much.
Worked out, so we'll just roll 1 defense dice for Jin, which she whiffs. So she'll take health and a suppression.
And I...
Pull in from my stack over here, pull in Jin. Right, let's see what she does. So we're going to start off by quick thinking and give her a name and a dodge. She's going to shoot at the Death Troopers. 2 blacks and a white with Pierce 1 and low profile, and Sharpshooter 1. So she's going to spend her aim token to reroll that 1 white dice. Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to go fishing for it.
It is a blank.
It's a blank. I have to trust Matt. So it's a, it's a blank. We'll cancel, thank you very much, mate. We'll cancel 1 down for cover, and we'll just roll in 1 defense dice. Though she has Pierce 1, so she blacks it anyway. So Matt has pulled with his snipers. He is going to shoot at the Pathfinders who legged it behind here. It's just 2 black dice and a name token.
Yep.
Okay, then we'll cancel 1 down for heavy cover.
And the aim token.
Oh, so yes, I forgot about the aim token. If you want to re-roll that, my mistake, mate.
The aim token, I'm going to re-roll just this one.
Okay, so they are still in heavy cover, but you've got Sharpshooter 1.
Which reduces it to light.
That's fine, and we'll roll 1 defense roll. Let's see if we can live through this. Come on, Pathfinders. No, another Pathfinder dies. Sorry. So I pulled from the stack. I pulled K2, who's going to move towards the barricades. I can't quite get do a full move. So he's done that for 1 move, and for another, he's going to hop the barricades at speed 1. He's going to land in base-to-base contact with that. Though I must point out, he's not interacting with it yet. He's just touching it. He's just looking at it longingly. So Matt pulled from the stack. He got a trooper unit. He went with the fleets at the back here, and they've moved once and moved again to get themselves in a nice position on the battlefield down here. And that's the end of their turn. Back to me. So I pulled from the stack. I pulled the Special Forces, but they're dead. So now we're left with the trooper because I had to pull the next one. So these guys are going to move into base contact with the U-wing, and then they're going to clamber up here. So I've got to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white dice. So probably going to lose a load of people now because my white dice have not been great. So now I need them to be on my side. Cocked, brilliant. Right, that's fine. Cocked again. Goodness gracious me. Right, fine. So I have rolled no shield, so luckily nobody dies, thank goodness. Matt pulled from the stack. He got his Death Troopers at the back there. They're going to shoot at Jin in heavy cover. They're using the focus fire config, so it's black dice, but the suppressive and the DLT. Right, let's see what they do. Ooh, a really good roll for them. Do you convert up?
So I do convert up, so they will all convert to them.
Goodness, cancel 2 for heavy cover, please. So we're rolling 4. We're going to be 5 white dice on account of danger sense. So Jin's spent and then regained her dodge token because of nimble, so we're down to 4 white dice to defend. Let's see if my white dice fail me again. They don't fail me completely. Right. She takes a further 2 health and 2 more suppression. So Krennic came out of hiding. He's moved twice from behind the structure there, and that's going to end of turn 1. It's been a really bad turn for me. I've lost a full squad of Pats and a pair of snipers, so not very good at all. And my master plan with getting Cassian on the box was foiled straight away. So I'm going to have to really turn it around for turn 2. Otherwise, this guy is going to be very, very pleased with himself. So we're on turn 2. It's time for command hands. Matt's on the left, I'm on the right. Okay, I've got a 1 pip versus a 2 pip. We've got the 2 pip, which is deploy the garrison. At the end of the activation phase, choose up to 2 friendly trooper units that have a face-up order token. Each may perform a free standby action. Interesting stuff. And over here we've got Crackshot, which is just for Cassian, and he gains Gunslinger, 1 aim token. At the end of the activation, he may gain 1 suppression token, and he gains a standby token. Not bad at all. So, start of turn 2, no surprises. Cassian's got his order token, he's down there somewhere, you'll have to take my word for it, and he's got his aim token. And over here, Orson Krennic used Entourage to dole out an order to the Death Troopers at the back. He gave these Death Troopers an order who took a standby. And the scouts up here also took a standby. I think we've given him a dodgy token by mistake, but that's fine. But they've got the face of forward token. And we're going to go straight into Cassian, who's going to use his gunslinger. He's going to take an aim for his first action. He's going to shoot at the snow troopers right next to him with his 2 red and a black, which he gets 3 hits. So we'll resolve that first of all. So you want to roll yourself 3 your dice, Matt?
Yep.
Cool.
That is not good.
There we go. So that kills 3 of them, but he has got a medic, so he should be fine. And then using gunslinger, we're going to shoot at the shore troopers at the back here.
Which are in heavy cover.
Yeah, they're in heavy cover. But we're going to spend 2 of the aim tokens to make those 2. Sorry, these 2 you couldn't see them. We're going to spend 2 aim tokens to make those 2 both crits, so they'll both have to defend them. And they do surge, but he's got Pierce 1, so it'll kill 2 of them.
They don't even surge.
Do they not? Oh, my mistake. So at the end of his action, per his command card, he can take a standby token, which he bloody well will, and he'll take a suppression token, which he also needs for danger sense. So he's kind of redeemed himself there, but it's not enough really, but it's not bad considering the predicament that the rebels are in right now. So Matt's going with his snipers. He has moved them first of all, just enough around the corner to get them in range 2 of Jin, just as the crow flies. So now we're talking about 4 black attack dice. Jin's not looking very well, so let's see what happens here, Matt. Okay, so we've only got... Did he convert to hits? No, they
don't even convert.
Thank goodness. So Jin will not even defend that because light cover will be cancelled because of the barricade she's in, and she'll just gain another suppression token, which for Jin isn't the end of the world.
Yeah.
So I pulled from the stack. I got my rebel troopers. These guys are going to have a shot at the death troopers down there. They're in heavy cover, but we're going to be rolling with 7 black dice and a white and an aim token. So let's see what we can do. Not a tremendous roll, but we're going to re-roll 2 blacks to see what we get. For another 1 hit, we'll take that down. That was a hit, not a crit. It just went up. So it's a hit and a crit, which they defend 1 and both.
Survive.
But they take another suppression token, but will lose the standby if I'm correct. Matt is going with these death troopers over here. They have 2 suppression tokens, so we rolled to see what they could do. They didn't get either, so they weren't able to get 2 actions. They're going to do 1 and shoot at Jin, and let's see if Jin can live through it. I'll remind you, Jin has currently got 4 health out of 6.
So what they are going to currently do now is they are going to currently spend the aim token.
Yeah, they've got an aim token.
Use precise to reroll that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go on.
You crit fishing. It went crit fishing.
And that
didn't quite work out, unfortunately. So she's going to take another suppression token, but because she's in heavy cover, that'll get cancelled down. So I pulled from the stack, got my last special forces. These guys are the Pathfinders. They're going to take an aim token. They're in a long range config mode. They're going to shoot at these death troopers, at the snow troopers at the back. We had much going back and forth to see if they could see them, and we determined that they could, but they are certainly in heavy cover. So let's see what we do. So not a load of anything there. We'll spend my aim token for even less of anything. So good work, guys. Good work. So Matt's gone with his other death troopers. He recovered their focus fire config, and he's going to reuse it again. So he's recovered and he's shooting. He's shooting at Jin. And let's see what happens to her. Jin's nearly dead. So let's be honest, if he lives through this, it'll be nothing short of a miracle.
So I've got 1 crit and 4 hits.
Alright, okay, so not looking good so far for Jin, so we'll cancel 2 for heavy cover. So we've got 3 defense dice, 3, actually she has got danger sense, let's remember that this time, so I get to roll 3 additional white dice. Forgot about that before. Right, so she dodges 2. And then
Dodges 2.
Which is meaning she's going to take 1.
She survives.
So she survives, skin of her teeth job, because she's now on 5 health, and she's also very suppressed. But those death troopers certainly did the right job. So I pulled from the stack, got an operative, that's going to be K2. I'm going to start interacting with stuff, so he's going to claim, and then he's going to move over this with his box. And now the Empire are weapons free against K2. Matt pulled from the stack, he got himself a trooper, he's given it to the mortar trooper who we're going to shoot down here at K2, who is just in line of sight. but in heavy cover, so let's see what happens. Okie dokie, 2 crits.
I'm gonna re-roll
Oh,
this.
crikey Moses. Right, 2, okay, so we'll cancel it down to 2 crits, which isn't great, let's be honest, for anybody, but he does roll red defense dice. And he takes 1 and dodges the other, so that's good, but he's now got 2 suppression tokens. Excellent. K2 has a health of 5, he's now down to 4, and he's double suppressed. Okay, so I pulled from the stack, I got Jin, she's got an awful lot of suppression, that's 6. Let's see how well she can do. She loses 4 of them, which is frankly very surprising. So now she's below her threshold, so she can aim and shoot. And she's going to shoot at the Death Troopers. Rolling 2 blacks and a white with a name token against the Death Troopers. She gets 2 crits, not bad. She'll spend name token for another. She gets another hit. That'll get cancelled down because of cover, so neither here nor there. So it's 2 red dice to defend.
And they somehow survive.
Indeed, 1 will die because, thank goodness, it does have Pierce 1. These guys just aren't dying today. Matt's going with Krennic next. He pulled him from the stack. He's taking a step to his left. And he's now going to have a shot at Jin, trying to take her off the table. He's got quite a tasty dice pool as Krennic, so let's have a look what he can do. Oh!
Absolutely nothing.
That was unexpected. About time the dice went in my favour because I had a shocking turn 1. Pulling from the stack, pull the trooper, that'll go to the red squad. These guys are going to split fire. We're going to use these guys at the front to shoot first of all, and then we're going to shoot with a DLT. DLT is going to shoot at Krennic, and the other guys are going to shoot at the Death Trooper. So we'll start off for the regulars. Let's just say they've moved for the sake of argument, because that's where they're going. We're going to roll our dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have an extra dice. I'm cheating. Let me try that again. Okay, so they rolled 3. I'm going to cancel 2 because of cover, so it's only 1 for the Death Trooper to defend.
And he still somehow survives.
Oh, he still lives. It's another suppression token, which I suppose is something. And then we'll do our DLT gun against Krennic, which is only 1, so just a suppression, because that's going to get cancelled for heavy cover.
Yep.
Matt's going with the snipers next. They're going to aim and shoot at the Pathfinders behind heavy cover. Let's see how they do. Oh wow, they did as well as they can do. They don't need that aim unless you're going to roll it for some crits for going through heavy cover. Yeah, now they are in heavy cover, so unfortunately it will be a suppression token rather than any deaths, but I'll take it. Drew from the stack. It's my last activation, going with these rebels, who what we're going to do is we're going to move into base contact. No, sorry, I can't do it because I'm a U-wing. But we're going to move into base contact with that, and they're going to claim it. And that'll be the end of my activations, and then, yeah, that's going to happen next, we think. So whilst Matt's deciding what he's doing next, he's going with his shore troopers. He's pulled them from the bag in at Iden, which fair play to him. He's tried to rally and he hasn't done it, so they've still got the suppression tokens. These guys are now going to shoot at Cassian. I'm trying to show you where he's at, but we've got a great big palm leaf that I need to do something about. That's making it difficult to show. But these guys are going to shoot, and let's see what happens. Oh, they did quite well. So we'll go, in all fairness, he is in heavy cover. So we're just down to 2.
Yep.
He's only rolling white defense dice. Sorry for the shaky cam, guys. He's got danger sense. I'm going to roll another one because he's got danger sense. So he does convert. So we will block them both. Thank goodness, because I need somebody to live.
No.
So Cassian's suppression's been triggered. He of course is going to shoot at the Snows, and because he's got Gunslinger this round, he's going to shoot back at them. But these guys are my main concern right now. So we'll start with them. This attack dice roll is for the Snowtroopers, against the Snowtroopers rather. So 2 hits and a blank.
Let's say goodbye to the Snowtroopers.
The Snowtroopers managed to die, thank goodness. And we're going to do the same again for, I've just destroyed a barricade, against the Shores, but they're in heavy cover, so. Okay, so we're going to cancel down 2, just 1 for the Shores to defend.
And no, they don't.
Oh, another one dies, another suppression token. Okay, things are going a little bit better from the Rebels' perspective now. My apologies, Matt. The tides of fortune have swung slightly back in my favour.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Thanks, mate. So now it is time for Iden to go. She's nestling down there with a little Seeker droid buzzing around. These guys are going to get it. Let's see if they can hold on to that box they've claimed. Okie dokie then. So, They're in heavy cover. Iden doesn't have an aim token, so she could spend one of those, turn it into a crit, or re-roll 2 to go crit fishing.
Which to be...
Aim token was spent to make 1 a crit. Let's roll 1 white dice. For nothing, unsurprisingly, 1 dead rebel trooper. I'll give him a suppression in a second. And that is the end of turn 2. We'll clear down and come back for turn 3 command hand. We're now at the start of turn 3. Command hand. Alright, both going with 3 pips. We have to roll for this. We've gone with Tactical Strike, which is Iden 3 troopers. When Iden or a friendly special unit, thank you, Matt, that's face of order token activates, it may reduce its maximum speed to 1 if it does against steady and tactical 1. That could be nasty considering what we've got over here. And we've gone with Sacrifice, which is K2 and Cassian Endor. K2 gains Guardian 4, and at the end of his activation, he may choose to be defeated to stop them shooting it at another operative or another commander at range 1 and in line of sight. Now, we've had to roll off for it. I called blanks and surges, and I got it, so thank goodness, because we discovered K2 isn't in range of Iden yet, which would be bad. So, it's over to me. Matt has issued orders, now I can say that correctly, to Iden, to Krennic, Death Trooper, and Death Trooper. Now mine have gone to K2, of course, and to Cassian, who's over there, of course. So for my first activation, we're going with K2. We've already pre-measured this, so that's why it's a little bit rough. He's in range 2 of the Death Trooper, so he's moving, and he's going to shoot. It's 5 white dice, let's see if they can do anything. That is 3 crits, which is very impressive. Thank you, K2. So nothing cancelled for cover. Let's see if the Death Trooper lives or dies. No. He dies. Thank the sweet, great bird of whatever it is. So Matt's next order went to his Death Troopers. He started off by recovering, and then he's moved. Now, because of the card, they've got Steady and Tactical 1, so they got their aim token for Tactical 1, and now they're going to shoot over yonder. Let's see what happens. So we've had a bit of a talk about it, and there's been a change of plan. They're going to shoot at these guys. Heavy cover, but still they're carrying a box, so they're a little bit vulnerable. Okay, then we're going to spend some aim tokens, I presume?
Definitely, on that dice, and that dice, because...
Yeah, if size 4, haven't you, to 2, haven't you? So you can roll 4 dice.
Them 2 go to that automatically.
Excellent.
Grab them 4 for re-rolling.
That's more like it, isn't it? So
And
that's another hit. So we'll cancel 2 for heavy cover, leaving us with 3. Let's see what the rebels can do. We'll do it over here for the sake of ease. Probably die, is what we're going to do. 1, 2, and a blank. So 2 live, 1 dies. So this squad's just taken a bit of a hit, which is fine, but it's got Iden, who's a problem, so we pulled from the stack, we revealed that. We're going to Inspire 1, actually, is what we're going to do, which is at your end of your rally step, so let's just see if I get rid of it anyway. Which they don't, so it's cocked a bit, but they'll take that off themselves. And then they're going to do the 2 actions to get the F out of D. Bit of a retcon for where we left off. We were about to move these guys over here and hide there, but they were going to then drop down there, and you know, it would have been good. But we decided what they're going to do is they're going to shoot and then move. So they're going to shoot at the snipers up there. We've got our attack pool already. Let's see what we can do. No aim tokens though. Oops. For 1, 2, 3, 4. Cancel for 2 for heavy cover. See how they do. They block them both, but it's a suppression token, so it's something, I suppose. And then we'll complete that move, which puts the unit leader there, the crates in contact with him, and then their activation there. So Iden's cleared the barricade. Looks like she's abandoned her supply crate. I'm sure that must be a mistake. She's because of the conditions of the card, she's done 2 speed 1 maneuvers to gain 2 aim tokens. That's brought into visibility of these guys. So I'm struggling to really show you that she can see them, but I assure you she can. And now she's going to have a shot at them. Okay. This with 2 aim tokens, and she's a marksman, so this could be real gnarly.
So what she's going to...
Okay then, so Iden was able to roll 1 natural crit, then another one critical 1 because of Surge token. She spent 2 aim tokens to turn 2 hits into 2 crits. These guys are now shafted.
I say nothing to cover.
Yeah, let's say nothing to cover. Now K2SO's in range, but do I really want to spend his tokens to save some worthless rebels? Probably not. Right, K2SO isn't going to do anything for these guys. Oh dear, that's already 3 blanks. And another blanks, that's 4 of them dead. Maybe K2SO should have taken something, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll leave my unit leader and my heavy weapon at the back. Okay, we've got Cassian over here, who is going to be a coward. He's going to claim that box, and then he's going to haul. But, to get himself out of dodge, the best visibilities, we'll put him there, I think. And he'll finish up his actions there. Matt's gone with his snipers next. He didn't rally, but that's alright to put courage value of 2, so he's going to aim and shoot, and then shooting down here at the lovely Iden. I missed the first roll because my mind wandered, but we got a surge and a blank, a hit and a crit. So a full house of options. We're spending the aim token. For a full house, we're going to cancel 2 down for heavy cover. I'm going to let K2 take the hit, and I'm going to have to roll for herself. So let's do K2 first. This is K2SO, let's see if he lives. Well, not lives, but let's see if he takes the damage. He takes none, which is fine. And we'll now do it for Jin. And I think she needs to survive this to live, so let's see what she does.
Have danger sense.
She does have danger sense, thank you, my friend. So at least that's 2 white dice, so at least when a failure, it's doubly bit disappointing. Oh, thank sweet Jesus.
So Jin will now be dead.
Now, Jesus saves, but he didn't save Jin, I'm afraid to say, because the snipes have pierced, so Jin is out of there. Curse you! So I pull from the stack, got a rebel unit. These guys are going to move to here. And we'll finish moving them in a second, and then I'm going to have a shot at Orson. Okay, so these guys are shooting with 7 black dice and 1 white against Krennic. Okay, let's have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3 natural crits. 2 hits, that'll be cancelled, so it's 3 for him to defend. Which he takes 1. It takes 2 rather. Matt's now going with his emplacement trooper. He's taking an aim token. He's going to shoot at the Pathfinders. They're in heavy cover, but that ain't really the point, is it? Whoa! 3 crits! Christ. So I was victorious for a second, thinking, oh, well, I'm not going to take any damage. So what if they run away or they take suppression? But now it's not the case. Let's see how they can do it. Okay, so 2 die. Not a sterling result, but, you know, and they're suppressed.
Only 1 dies because I can only see the front guy unless he's the unit leader.
He is the unit leader, so I'll have to swap him out then. Okay, cool. Thanks, mate. That's an honest face. That's a face you can trust. That I would have taken 2 off the table. So I pull from the stack. I've got my Pathfinders. We're going to roll to rally off their suppression because we want them to be able to do something. They lose 1, which is good, so now they'll get their 2 actions. Okay, after my rally roll, we decided that I'm going to embrace cowardice. So we're going to do 1 speed manoeuvre to get me there, and then we're going to do another one to get me back here into a bit of cover. And that's essentially where these guys will finish their turn. And I ought to be ashamed of myself.
I'd expect.
Okay, so after all that, we are now the snipers who have taken an aim token and are going to shoot at Cassian, who has now moved into the open. 2 hits. Now, he's currently in light cover after sharpshooting and all that, so do we want to go fishing for crits, or are you happy with me rolling 1 white dice?
I am happy with you rolling 1 dice.
Fine, well, it's going to be 2 because of danger sense, because he's got 1 suppression. And he dodges them both, so that's really good, but he does take another suppression token. So I pulled from the stack, I pulled Jin. Jin is now a Force Ghost, and it's now over to these troopers who are there. So we're going to try to rally first of all, which they don't.
Oh, sorry, it was that guy who was trying to see credit.
Yeah, it's this guy at the back here who can just about see him. We've just been doing a bit of measuring. These are courage 2, I nearly forgot about that. So the fact they didn't rally isn't a big deal, so they're going to take an aim token. It's the DLT variant, so that's 2 blacks and a white and a standard black. Oh, holy hell, they did quite well then, so that's 4. We'll cancel down 2 for cover, and it just leaves Krennic to roll off to 2. She doesn't, so where's that leaving Krennic?
That's leaving Krennic with 2.
No, he's doing it. He's still okay, he's still better than Jin. So Krennic's made a tactical withdrawal because he was a little bit exposed and a bit injured. He rolled off 1 suppression with his rally dice, and he's just moved, and he's just staying there for the time being. So it's still with Matt because I am out of tokens. So Matt's gone with his shore troopers over here. They are in range of Cassian. They were able to roll off their suppression. So now we've got a great big dice pool to come through for Cassian to survive. So let's see what happens. Oh dear God. Right, so we're going to cancel at least 2 of those down for heavy cover because they're shooting through light cover and because of suppression.
And I'm not even going to bother re-rolling anything.
No, I don't think you need to. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because danger sense 2. Let's see what I do. Right, here we go. Live, Cassian, live. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3. Crikey. So how many did I dodge?
You dodged 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5, so take 2. Cheers, mate.
Lowest one.
Leaving Cassian on not great. He's got 3 health left and he's on 3 suppression. And that is the end of turn 3. We're going to clear down and we'll come back for the command hand at turn 4. So we're back at the start of turn 4. We're doing command cards. Mine is not really a surprise. Matt's could be anything. Okie dokie, we've got Concussive Blast, which is Iron Verso. It's 2 pip. Oh, have you seen the dice that thing rolls? When Iron Verso activates, she recovers. Iron activates, she gains the following weapon. Range 1 to 2, Blast, Scatter, Suppressive, Holy Hell, and 5 red dice. And I didn't have anything left other than gin cards, so I'm down to standing orders for the foreseeable. Okay, so Aiden's gone and done a speed 2 manoeuvre. And now Aiden is using her wonderful new toy to shoot at these guys. So this is Blast, Suppressive, and what else is it? Scatter. Brilliant.
You ready?
Alright, let's see what this dice pool looks like. Oh, it's only 5 red dice. That's fine. Okay, what does she convert to?
She converts 2 normal hits.
Okie
You'll be
dokie.
happy to hear.
I am slightly relieved to hear that. Okay, so fine. So I'm going to roll with no benefit of defense dice and nobody to save me, so it's going to be 4 white dice. Alright, let's see what we do. We do what rebels do best, which is blank out. That leaves only the unit leader and my heavy weapon. And 4 go off the table. Okay, there's not much going on for the rebels. We pulled from the bag. We're going to go with these guys who are going to be cowardly and they're going to do a straight climb down the back of there, and that's where they'll finish the turn. Luckily, they are very much out of eye line of anyone, which is good because they've got a box and they need to live. So with the Death Troopers, they've aimed and they're going to shoot at these guys. Now they're just inside range 3 because of the effect of Scatter, because that guy brought him within range 3. So now Matt is going to try to obliterate another one of my squads. Cheers, mate. Right, how are we looking? So this is what we're looking like after the aim token. We had 2 surges, a hit and a crit, so we've now got 3 hits and a crit. We've cancelled 2 down for cover. Let's see if they die because they need to both live. 1 lives, 1 dies, so we're down to my unit leader and another suppression token. So we're going to go with K2. He's going to shoot at Aiden. It's 5 dice. Let's see what he does. Okay, he only got 2 there. It's going to be cancelled down for heavy cover, so it's none. And for his next action, he's going to move. So Matt's going with Krennic. We've just been discussing the fact that there's a box over here that has been unclaimed. I thought Aiden took it earlier on, but clearly I was mistaken. And here comes Krennic, who, let's say turn 5 is fairly predictable what's going to happen there. And then it's back to me. I pull an operative token, so since K2's gone, that is gonna be my man in the jungle, who's gonna haul butt across the table and try to get out of dodge. Cassian's rolling his dice to get rid of his suppression tokens. He manages to lose 1, which is good. So he's gonna lose suppression tokens, so he'll get 2 activations. So he's finished his move, taking cover behind a box full of kyber crystals, one can presume. However, I've been reliably informed that the snipers and the mortar launchers can see him, so I'm not feeling so great about this anymore. And after a tweak, that's where he's ended up, because I don't want to be shot, if I'm entirely honest with it. So the shore troopers hopped over the barricade there, and now they're at range 4 to use their, what is it, T-21B or something, blaster, to shoot that Cassian down here. So let's see how that goes. Okay then, so it is unfortunately not a lot of anything other than the suppression token because light cover will cancel that down.
Happen at the moment.
Okay, then, so I pulled from the stack, I pulled a rebel trooper. We'll start off by trying to rally. Let's see what I can do. I rally 1, that's good, because he needed to, and he'll inspire 2 to get rid of, or inspire 1 rather, to get rid of the second. And then this guy can't do much, so he's going to just, I don't know, probably have a shot at Iden, I reckon, why not? He's going to shoot and run, so it needs to be something like a crit to even count. It's blank, so Blair. And now he's going to haul butt across the table. And, oh, he finished his turn up there, now it's back to Matt. So we're going with the snipers. These guys are shooting clean across the table at the Pathfinders, who are sitting here all cowardly-like, acting as my unit leader, unit commander rather. Okay, so we are going to have to roll the 1, unless you've got an aim token, which
I've got an aim token to roll that.
Okay.
Which doesn't convert.
Okay, so let's have a look what happens. And I managed to dodge it, which is nice, but I do take a suppression token. Correction, Pierce 1, somebody has to die, but they do still take a suppression token. Pulled from the stack, I've got my commander, which is these guys. They'll start off by, well, they could start off by rallying, but I'm not gonna. So what they're gonna start off by doing is fleeing! And they're going to head towards the nearest thing that resembles heavy cover, where they might actually even be able to get, oh, you can't see that, get out of sight. So they're gonna disappear under the body of the U-wing. If this was like a cool tactical game, this would be all them embarking back onto the U-wing. But the sad truth is, this is just me being an absolute coward because I've got no units left and Matt's dominating me. The only thing I've got here is I've got quite a few boxes, so I stand half a chance of living and winning if I live. We're now over the snipers who are shooting at Cassian, who is down here, and I assure you, oh, I'm falling over. Oh, Matt, I can see Matt. Matt says he can see them, and I trust Matt. So let's see what happens. We rolled a crit and a hit. Great. Are we going to go any fishing for any more crits, or are we happy with that?
There's no point because sharpshooter.
That brings it down to light cover. He's in heavy cover because he does have a suppression token, so it might be worth doing if you want to.
Yeah, that's fine, I'll leave it.
Ah, fine. Okay. Right, we're rolling 2 white dice on account of danger sense. He blocks 1, but it's pierced, so he'll take it. It's back to me for my last activation. Pull it from the stack. It's the lonely blue unit leader who is going to shoot at Iden and then leg it when he inevitably misses. Okay, so he gets a shot. It's in the open, so do you want to roll 1 red defense dice or cancel it with a shield? Your call?
Cancel it with a shield.
I'll cancel it with a shield. Right, the little droid's gone boom, boom, and taking it. And after I've managed to put the U-wing back to where it was, he is now underneath there, sheltered in place, after scoring a hit on Iden. Back to Matt.
Are you okay to clamber down that way, or does it have to come down that way?
No, go straight forward, mate. Okay, so Matt's going with his shore trooper, the mortar launcher rather, who's clambering because he's got the health to spare, so he's gone down height 1. We'll roll a white defense dice. He actually does take a wound, but he doesn't care. And then he's going to do a speed 1 manoeuvre, hoping, presumably, to set up to get Cassian next turn. FYI, if you want to, you can do a reposition now because of his full pivot.
And I'm not going after.
And that is the end of turn 4. We'll move on to turn 5. Annihilation is looming both figuratively and literally, so we'll have to see how this game goes. So there's no more surprises anymore with what I'm playing, but Matt is playing the 1-pip pulse scan, which I'm versatile gains sharpshooter 2, so cover isn't a thing for her, and she also gains 1 aim, and at the end of her activation she gains a dodge and a standby. Pretty sick stuff. So we need X-ray vision at this point for this, because the K2 is there somewhere. I can't even see it, it's getting a bit dark underneath there, but trust me he's there. So he's taking that token, and Iden has taken that token. Now it's over to Matt, since he's got priority. So I've brought us over to this side of the table, on this side of the U-wing, so we can actually have a look at what's underneath here, because it was so dark on the other side you couldn't see it. Now it's really hard to show you, but back here we've got Pal, who's my unit leader, carrying the box, and you can see some pair of legs sticking out there. That's Iden. We've came to the conclusion that she can get line of sight, so she's going to be able to shoot these guys because she's got sharpshooter 2. So they're probably about to die and drop the box, which is a real shame. Okay, let's see what happens. So Iden rolls 3. We're going to spend any aim tokens or marksman everything up.
I am going to spend an aim token.
Yeah, sounds good. That's another hit. Is that right?
Yep, that is.
So it'll be 4 to defend. Right, sharpshooter is really hurting. Let's see what happens. Okay, we dodged 2, which is great, but unfortunately we still take 2, so that is the unit wiped. So that box is dropped, so these guys are off the table. So underneath here we've got K2, he's going to activate. We do need to point out that Iden took a
Dodge and standby?
Dodge and standby, thank you. It's a standby, the name I forgot then. So there's every chance, if Matt decides, that K2 might get it. The shadow you can see in the middle there. So K2 is going to, for his first action, aim, and we'll find out if Matt triggers it. So the aim token rather, has triggered the standby, and this lonely unit leader is easily in right side of range 2 by then some. So Iden, with her sharpshooter, which is existing for the turn, will be, let's just say, almost certain to kill another thing. Okay then. So I've got 3 to defend, let's see if I can do it. Well, dodge 1, but he still takes 2 great big laser holes through him. So that's another unit down. It's really not looking good over here for the rebels. We've got 1 unit and another, and K2, and over here we've got Cassian. But it's Scarif, so we're going to fight to the bitterest of ends. So what we're going to do, we're going to shoot with K2 at Iden. Now he's got his aim token, it's 4 white dice. Okay, he scores 2 hit and a crit. A surge rather, but that's a crit because of his roll. We'll spend his aim token for another crit, so it's 2 crits after messing around. We're getting mileage out of outmaneuver, so we're spending the dodge token. She gets the dodge token back, she's got nimble though.
Yep.
So we won't lose that, so she's still got it. And we're rolling just 1 red. And she survives. So it's another suppression token, but she's doing good. The girl done good. So pull from the bag, got a core unit, got the shore troopers who are moving. And from there, they're going to shoot at Cassian, who's in heavy cover still. A pretty good roll there, or maybe not, it depends which way you look at it. But we've got a hit and a crit.
So that goes
Down just to the crit. We forgot about critical 1, so it's 2, sorry. So, I've got 3 dice because I've got danger sense 1. He blocks 1, takes 2. So Cassian has taken another suppression token and another 2 health. He is clutching onto that box with a bloody hand. So it's back to me, pulling from the stack, pull a trooper. I don't have much choice left anymore. I've only got this blue guy, who, in all fairness, is going to move, and he's going to reclaim that box. And that is, oh, I'm going to put that away. And that is where he'll leave that, and then we'll pass it back to Matt. So we're over here moving the emplacement trooper, moving once, moving again, and I think there's every chance that next turn it's going to be shooting at things and they'll be so suppressed that they can't live. Pulling from the stack, pulling my commander, dead. Pulling from my stack, pulling another trooper unit, dead. Pulling from my stack, pulling my last operative, which is Cassian, let's be honest, soon to be dead.
you just go pew.
So we're rolling Cassian's thingy dice. I forgot what they're called now, but he loses 1, which is good. So Cassian is going to do what he's becoming known for now. He isn't going to fight.
He's going to run away.
He's going to move, and that's going to be difficult terrain, I think, to be fair. And so we're going to hop over there. And what I'm going to do with a bit of finagling, we'll finish him up back there. So we're now over here with Matt's Death Troopers. First thing they're doing is moving. Second thing they're doing is moving. I'm really getting pinched, and I'm going to give you a bit of a panoramic over here, or a cinematic, whatever you want to call it. Now, everything I've got is there other than Cassian, who's down here by the orange box. This is, I think, a textbook pincer manoeuvre. We're on turn 5. I don't think I can live.
So they're going to clamber down and then going to try and move.
Yeah, so we're going to clamber, they'll drop down, we'll have to roll some white dice, but I think they'll be fine, given white dice being as reliable as they are. Okay, so they live, they're good, so now they can do another action, which I presume is going to be to continue the pincer movement towards my troopers. Oh, it's not looking good for me over here. Oh, you know, I thought cowardice could have got me this game, but it looks like I'm going to get just desserts and my guys are going to get eaten alive at some point. Not looking good at all. Krennic's been pulled. He's over here, so I think he's going to move. Move 1. I'll take the box for 2. So we'll just get a victory token on top of there. Right, we're going to keep on staying with Matt because I don't have anything left.
Shoot.
Now we've pulled the snipers, they're taking an aim, and these guys, I'm reliably told, can see this poor bloke's head, so can you see the laser dot on his head? Because he's about to die. So they can see him, it's not in dispute. That poor guy's head's about to be blown off. Okay, we've got a surge and a hit. We do have an aim token, thank goodness. For 2 hits, but that will be cancelled down to light covers for 1. Pierce 1, so this poor bloke's head has just been taken clean off him. And they just turn around to see his body just fall to the floor. It's very sad, but they get over it quick. That's the end of turn 5, and the rebels have almost nothing left. It's very sad. The Empire are closing in, I am being surrounded, I really am feeling hemmed in. Perhaps that's why it's called this. And I think we can almost say with certainty, annihilation does loom. So as twilight falls, I play my last card, and Matt plays Annihilation looms. We're in turn 6, so each trooper gains 2 suppression tokens. Every single one of us is going to take it. I'm going to point out how close I am to the board edge. It's really not nice. So we're all suppressed up. My order went to K2SO, who is now my unit leader. Matt went to Iden. Snipers up here. Is there anything down here? No, there's not. But there is Krennic back here. And I believe that's everything. So, it's over to Matt. So not starting off great. The Death Trooper still remains stressed after trying to rally. K2SO, who's underneath here, but is visible, is getting shot up by the Death Troopers with more dice than I care to recite.
Sorry.
There's now an aim token in the mix. We forgot about discipline, which we're retrospectively allowing. Okay, so there's an awful lot there. Let's change the dice over.
Rerolling.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's alright, mate.
Rolling for them.
Okay, so we're going to cancel down 2 for heavy cover and a 3rd for armour. The rest goes through, so we'll roll 3 white dice. Red dice, rather. Okay, here's K2SO's roll. He defends 2, takes 1. So Cassian's going to rally. See, we pulled him the stack, that's what we got. So he loses 1, which is good. He's now going to recover, which should give him, which he's going to use that to reconfigure his pistol and also to get offensive pushback. So now he's going to do a slight wiggle of a move and he's going to shoot at the snipers up there. So we used offensive push to give him an aim token. We're going to roll random black, which is 1 hit and nothing. We're going to turn that into a crit, I think. And that has the sniper down to 1 and a suppression token. So Iden was able to rally off some of her 2 out of her 4 suppression tokens. So she's moved to underneath the U-wing. You can just see her there. She's going to shoot at this squad at the back. Let's have a look at what she can do. Okie dokie then. So we've got a single hit, is that correct?
Crit 1.
Crit 1. Okay, so we will have to defend. Okay, we're going to roll. So they do dodge, so it's just a suppression token. We're going to pull from the stack, reveal Rebel Trooper. We're going to get on toes and start moving, trying to get ourselves out of dodge because there's a lot coming this way. We rolled suppression for my trooper. He was able to roll all 3, so his dice really went favourably. He's this guy who's back here. I'm going to really try to struggle to get this in, but he's going to move. There we go, we can do it. So he disappears out of here and will reappear at the back of the U-wing, and he's going to move again to stay into heavy cover. The snipers have just done a jump over the barricade doing speed 1. For the next action they're going to shoot. We'll just have to look at who they can shoot and line of sight and range because we are getting to the extremes of it.
Be the 3 guys there.
Okay, so it's going to be these 3 guys, so it'll be 2 blacks, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, how do we do? Okay, so we're down to 1 for light cover. Sorry, is that right? So it's none after that. Okay, so it's another suppression token for these guys who haven't gone yet, so they could flee, dropping the bot.
This is looking better. This is even though you say it's not looking good for you, it is looking better. It is looking good for you.
Yeah, if I can live through this, we'll be all right. So we're gonna try to roll off our 3 suppression. I can't seem to keep hold of my dice. I should have got rid of one of them before because of Wasn't the called? Right, so we lose 2, so that's alright then. So they're still fine because they've got courage value of 2 anyway. So they're going to do virtually the same thing that guy did before, which is move through the U-wing. I'm not going to mess around, it's just I did that before so you could appreciate they could do it. So they'll come here and then they'll hide at the back here. This should be alright. Well, we've got Orson Krennic over there, but if we stay out of his line of sight, we should be fine. And that's where they'll finish up. So we're going with the mortar, and he is going to have a shot at K2SO, who's down here under the front of the U-wing.
But before we do that,
And rally first of all. If we don't do, so his courage value is 2, isn't it? So he'll still get to shoot. Okay, so that is cancel the cover, but it is another 2 suppression for K2SO.
and cool one.
Oh, critical one. Okay, fair. In that case, I do have to defend it then. 1 second. Let me see what happens.
Grab defense dice.
Thank you. It's getting to the end of the game now. We're getting tired. Okay, so K2SO takes it. So he's now got 2 health left. He'll take another one there, and another 2 suppression to go with the 3 he's got. So we're rolling 5 white dice for K2. He will only lose 1, and I'll just have to check with his courage value. So the unfortunate truth is K2SO is bottling it. There's a box there that he's leaving, and he's just going to haul bum towards the board edge. He won't be able to flee off the edge because of where it is, but that's 1 less victory point for the rebels to claim. So we've clambered down here, so we're going to roll a couple of white dice to see what happens. Okay, so it's fine, it's only shield results, so you're fine, you live. And now we have to decide if this guy has a line of sight on anybody back here, which is going to be so difficult to do through this U-wing.
Does if you look from this side?
Okay, I believe you. So it looks like the squad nearest, you can see the Jorash. So shall we roll some dice, see what happens? Are we in range 5?
I assume so.
Yeah, we're in range 5, we're good. Okay then, so let's see if we can get anything through on this squad. He gets a surge, what's that? That's nothing on these guys, unfortunately. It is another, no, it's not another suppression, my mistake.
I didn't even hit you.
Okay, we'll stay with Matt because I've got nothing left to do. Krennic's on the move, he's going to shoot his range 2 at the back of this squad who are in heavy cover and suppressed. But let's see what we can do. We've got what's that, a hit or a crit for you guys?
That'll be for the crit for him.
Okay, wow, so we're going to cancel 2 for heavy cover. Does he have sharpshooter or anything?
He does have sharpshooter 1 and PS 1.
Well, there we go then. So we're going to lose somebody. We're going to lose 2 because we rolled 2, but that leaves the unit leader. So we'll kill these 2, and that leaves the unit leader alive, just about. Okay, here we go. We're over to the shore troopers. Let's see what happens.
And they do leg it.
They do leg it. These guys are going to go towards the nearest board edge, so we might have to measure. Is it this side or is it that side?
Is it using that?
No, it's a speed 2 maneuver, but we'll just do the 1. So they're going to run in this direction towards this board edge. And that is it. Scarif is struck by the bolt of the Death Star, and we both lose, and that is the end of the game. But in reality, that is the last activation. The Shores decided to leg it across. Frankly, I've nearly been tabled. Matt's nearly absolutely wiped me out, but because I played like a cheesy coward, I've got 1 and 2 victory tokens there. K2 bottled it and dropped his, but I do have a 3rd with what's the name? Thank you, Cassian. And that's the one I wrestled from over there, which has given me essentially been able to keep me in the point scoring. And we've got 1 over here with Orson Krennic, so it's a 3-1. But frankly, Matt had me on the ropes there all the way through, and I wonder, had he not had such an amazing turn 1, would I have ended up bottling it so much, and would that have stopped me from winning had I not turtled up and started hiding behind my U-wing? Okay guys, thanks very much for watching.
Okay, that's it. We are now done and dusted. I need to call out straight away some rules issues that I got wrong, particularly myself, which was a shame because it does change the outcome of the game, I think. So the game wrapped up officially being 4 points to 2. However, in reflection, when Cassian was able to do gunslinger again after his standby was triggered, that shouldn't have happened. He should have had a suppression token given to him, therefore he didn't get the chance to activate his standby. That should have came off him. We played that wrong. and therefore the snow shouldn't have died, and he shouldn't have been able to put a suppression on the shore troopers. I'm not quite sure if that would have meant they wouldn't have fled at the end, but certainly the snows wouldn't have died. He wouldn't have got that box, so that would have made it at best 2-2. And Matt and I would have played down to points destroyed, and absolutely he had me. There's no denying it. I had nothing on the board, so he had me there. So I would say that's over to him in terms of win. Also, my deployment of K2SO early on, because I feel about him being attachment, he started on that box, and ultimately that box ended up not being contended as by myself or by Matt. In the end, it was dropped, but Katie was able to get that middle objective. He was able to land on it, and he was able to do some damage. I mean, who knows how it would have gone if he was on the other side of the table. But I got it wrong, so I just have to hold my hands up for that. So I hope that didn't impact your ability to watch the game. But I did want to call it out as we played along, and also now, because I do need to recognise it would have changed the outcome. And I think Matt would have got a really well-deserved win, considering he doesn't play Legion. I do, and I got it wrong, and he very nearly tabled me. He took me to school. But it was a great game, a lot of fun. Matt, thanks very much for playing, and guys, anyone who's still watching, I please hope you still are, I am looking to get some new opponents in at the Blame the Dice Wargaming Club, so do kind of comment on YouTube or find us on Facebook and send us a message directly to the gaming group. So if you'd like to come and join us for some Legion, if you'd like to take part in a battle rep, that'd be great. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that. Do leave some comments for me, and I will come back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much. Bye for now.